Hello everyone, I am Kevin from TC Mag4 Shanghai. What are the constraints on the application of magnetic platen? Welcome to Kevin Talks MP. After talking about the benefits of magnetic platen application, this episode, let's talk about some of the constraints on the application of magnetic platens. First of all, injection molding machine mold opening space daylight. Because the magnetic platen itself has thickness. After install on the injection molding machine, from the maximum platen opening space of the original machine, the thickness of the two magnetic platen will be reduced accordingly. Regarding the existing mold, if the mold is fully opened with the machine clamping unit fully opened, after installing the magnetic platen, the machine fully opened, the opening distance between the moving and fixed platen is reduced by 10 centimeters. Twice the thickness of the magnetic platen. There is some thick plastic part, may not take out from mold at this moment. What about the second one? The size of the mold backing platen is also one of the limiting factors. As mentioned before, the magnetic platen needs to be fully attached to the mold backing plate. Can the magnetic force be generated? But if the area of the mold backing plate is too small, the cavity area of the mold itself exceeds 30%. These actual magnetic forces will be discounted. Then in this case, we need to base our analysis on the actual magnetic force read by the magnetic platen combined with the weight of the mold, comprehensively determine whether it is safe to produce. The flatness of the mold back platen is also a limiting factor. If the mold back has some warping and deformation, the magnetic force is naturally reduced. It is also not safe for production. We will recommend customers to remove such mold back platen, remilling, or replace it with a larger one, a flatter mold back platen, thereby achieving greater magnetic force. Another point, there is an heat preservation on the mold back platen sometimes. Usually the thickness of the HP about 1 to 2 centimeters thick. The HP itself is not magnetic conduction. The magnetic platen cannot hold the mold in this case. We will recommend customers to remove the HP board, or move the HP between the magnetic platen and the injection molding machine platen. In this way, there is no need to install HP on every mold again. For cast iron molds, the magnetic platen cannot achieve its maximum clamping force. It is also a limiting factor. Many automobile molds of Japanese manufacturers are cast iron molds. The material properties of cast iron. Compared with ordinary carbon steel, it is 30% to 40% magnetic force lower. This is mainly due to the presence of non-magnetic austenite in cast iron. And the carbon in cast iron is graphite arranged in a cloud-like shape. Graphite itself is not magnetic conductor. Therefore, although cast iron may be clamped by the magnetic platen, but the magnetic force is discounted, the system's safety is naturally reduced. Then we also mentioned the effect of high temperature on the magnetic platen. Due to the fixed mold side of the injection molding machine, nozzle temperature and hot runner temperature. This will cause the temperature of the magnetic plate on the fixed mold side to be relatively high. From our years of application experience, the clamping force on the fixed mold side will decrease as the temperature of the magnetic platen increases. These factors need to be considered in advance. Okay, that's all for today. Welcome to visit my channel. Let's continue next time. 1. The mold opening space of the injection molding machine will be reduced after the magnetic plate is installed. 2. The mold back plate area is too small or the cavity area exceeds 30%. 3. The mold back platen is warped. 4. The cast iron mold cannot be safely clamped. 5. High temperature will cause the magnetic force to decrease.
Welcome to contact us.